Hi, John Dwyer here, and I have my colleague and good friend John Formica with me. How are you, John?
I am fantastic today.
Terrific, and you're looking and sounding fantastic.
Thank you.
What other patronising things can I say about you? No, that's about it.
No.
John, you are going to provide our viewers today with, I guess, a title of some advice that you've called Whistle While You Work. Now, keep in mind, John was involved in the Disney resorts in Orlando for 10 years. So when he says, look, I know how to get people to whistle while they work, most of us laugh. John, that's impossible. So what do you mean? I know it's a bit of a metaphor, but what do you mean by whistle while you work?
Well, you know, Walt Disney said it takes a happy crew to produce a happy show. So you have to have friendly people, but you got to have people that enjoy themselves. How many times have you ever seen someone and you go, that you can tell that person is enjoying what they're doing?
Yep.
Doesn't mean that the job is easy. Doesn't mean they're getting paid a lot of money. It just means that they enjoy what they're doing. And that's because of the environment that is created in that business or organization where people want to do it, they feel excited about doing it, and they're really having fun. And if you're thinking about whistle while you work, the first thing you're coming to mind is that you're enjoying what you do.
Yep.
Now, I know there are a lot of difficult jobs and no job is easy out there, but what could you do to create a work environment that is fun? In other words, why would I want to work here and be part of this team? Why would I want to continue to work here? Why do I spend 8 hours a day or more in a business? Can we not at least have fun doing what we do? And the secret is Disney is all about having fun because it rubs off onto the guests in the parks because everybody's having fun. If Walt wants a happy place on earth, you got to fill it with happy people. You got to create that happiness. So if you look at your team and you say, okay, how do I create a whistle while you work from a team environment? It's a lot of it about team culture. What kind of culture do you have? If you're a manager or a business owner and you're micromanaging your staff, it's probably not a whistle while you work environment because nobody likes to be micromanaged. Doesn't mean that you don't share things or hold people accountable. That's not what I'm talking about. But you want to give people an opportunity to do things, to be empowered, to feel like they are important. And that's what Walt said. Walt really believed in taking great care of your people, then they'll take good care of your guests. And so create that work environment. And it really starts with your attitude, right? How many times you walk into, you're part of a team or whatever, and there's somebody walking around with their head down and you say, good morning, JD, and yeah, what's so good about it, right? And it just brings everybody down. And I like using this as an example of philosophy. And if I ask everybody what this is, you're going to tell me it's a thermometer, right?
Thermometer, yeah.
Right? What does a thermometer do? Thermometer tells you what the temperature is, right? So to tell us what the temperature in the room is, we kind of figure out what it is based on a thermometer. Most businesses and most organizations, there's some sort of temperature going on in that business. It's negative, it's micromanaged, there's lack of accountability, they do sloppy work, there's poor training, they have the wrong people. All these things contribute to the temperature being whatever it is. And I get a lot of times people say, well, John, that's just our company. You know, that's we can't find good people, or my boss is not this, or my manager is that. And it doesn't change. It just is what it is. But each and every one of you, instead of being a thermometer, I want you to be a thermostat. I want you to be responsible for changing the temperature in your business. In other words, you come with a good attitude. You come with excitement and enthusiasm. And if you do it, it'll be contagious to everybody else on your team. And it starts with the business owner. It starts with everybody, that if you come with a great attitude, and I'm excited, I'm smile, I'm thanking people, people want to work with me, but they want me as their boss. But more importantly, it'll rub off onto the customers. And so attitude is valuably important. And yet we have people that don't. I can tell. I can walk into any business, JD, and you give me about 30 seconds. That's all I need. I don't care what business it is. You give me 30 seconds, and I can pinpoint all the people that don't want to be there.
Yep.
And how do I know that? I didn't even talk to them. I just look at them, and I can tell that it's that doom and gloom that they're creating.
Yep.
So everybody, you control your own attitude. You can lift up the spirits of others when you become that. Another thing to do is make sure creating a whistle while you work is, what are things that are demotivating everybody so that they don't want to whistle while you work? Well, how about sloppy work? When you allow sloppy work, what becomes the norm? sloppy work, right? So if I slap a piece of paper on a window and it's not straight and the Scotch tape is all stuck on there and it's crooked and the paper, so guess what's going to happen? Someone else is going to do the same thing somewhere else. Or if I come in late, everybody else is going to come in late. If I don't take good care of customers by answering the phone with a friendly voice, then why should I do it? And then that becomes the norm. And you want that norm to be everybody doing a great job, because if I'm doing a great job, I want you to do a good job.
But you see, I can provide some advice which I think is super valuable, that if you want to employ people who will whistle by their work, just in the qualification employment forms, there's a section that they tick, they've actually got to prove they can whistle. And if they can't whistle, they don't get the job. I think that pretty much.
I guess that would be good, but the question is, what are they whistling? Maybe they're whistling the wrong
Is there a
tune.
tune? I'm trying to think. Is there a tune to whistle while? Is it whistle while you work? Is that it? Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Okay. See, I could get a
JD
job.
can whistle while
I could get a job at Disney. But all gags, very poor gags, I know, aside, it's coming back to that right cast member or staff member for the right job.
That's right.
Because it is very difficult, isn't it, John? If you've let slip through some negative people who come to work with their chin on the ground, really difficult to get them back up again.
That's right. And nobody wants to work with anybody that's a stinking thinking person that's going to bring them down. So think about attitude, and we can control that. That's pretty easy. Not easy to do all the time, I get it, but everybody can control their own attitude. You can't blame anybody for your attitude. You're responsible for it. So we want that. We want to make sure we don't allow sloppy work, because it'll bring down the morale of others. I always have a recommendation with my clients to job shadow other departments or other responsibilities within your business, so that you get a better appreciation what everybody else does.
Yep.
In the hotel environment, when I managed hotels and resorts, two departments that hated each other are housekeepers and front desk clerks. Why? Because front desk clerks want clean rooms right away, and housekeepers say, well, maybe you need to come upstairs and help clean some rooms. So that's exactly what I did. Front desk clerks once a month would go clean some rooms, and the housekeepers would be on the desk. Now, again, doesn't mean that they're going to take over the job and fulfill a shift. They just get a better appreciation.
Yeah.
So if a housekeeper's on that front desk and someone says, hey, there's only one towel in my room and we're 4 of us, maybe we should make sure we have 4 towels. Or how come it's 3 o'clock and my room isn't ready, right? So now the housekeepers get a better appreciation of what's it like when someone's in front of you at the desk. But then again, the front desk clerks, they go up and clean some rooms, realizing it's not that easy, and they're trying their best to do it. So any business you have, whether you go into your accounting office, or whether you go on sales calls, or whether the salespeople go on operations and see all the things that you have to do, it's a great way of getting a better appreciation with everybody.
Yep.
And you have a better feeling that,
Yep.
you know what, we're a team to do this. Another thing I always say is we need to post accomplishments. A lot of times we focus on the negative of what's we're doing wrong or whatever it is. But a lot of times your customers and clients, they love you for certain things. We'll post those everywhere so everybody can see that we're doing a good job. It lifts your spirits. If I hear only negative news all day long, or we screwed up that order, or you didn't do your job, or you didn't, then that will bring me down. But if I hear about the good things that we're doing, it makes me want to do more.
And John, it starts at the top, doesn't it? As you said.
Absolutely.
If you're the business owner, and I suspect if you're part of our program, you are the business owner or the chief executive, then it's got to start with you.
That's right.
It's got to start with you. So my advice is that if you can't whistle very well, go and do some whistling courses. I mean, there's singing courses, and there must be whistling courses.
I'm sure there are.
And when you
somewhere.
learn how to whistle, you teach everyone else how to whistle. Problem solved.
Yeah. But see, the key is in leadership, and owners particularly. Most leaders, when I do workshops for leadership, they always want the magic formula of what will motivate my employees. And that, first of all, you can't motivate your employees. They have to motivate themselves. The real question, JD, is what is demotivating my employees?
Yep.
And those are the things that if you can address those and start eliminating those or improve those, that's where you're going to create a better work environment. And Walt Disney used to say, whatever happens backstage is a reflection of what's going to happen on stage. If they're not happy at work, they're not going to be able to create a great experience with your customers. And so get your employees involved with developing recognition programs, or how they would like to be recognized, or what are some of the things, maybe avenues where they can have their ideas heard are big, because sometimes people say, I try to give an idea or a suggestion, but my manager doesn't want me to get involved, or says just do your job. Well,
Yep.
that's demoralizing.
Yep.
Or maybe I'm the last person to hear something, right? Everybody hears about it, but then I'm the last person to hear about it. I want to be in the know. I want to be able to have my ideas heard and shared. All those things are contributing factors that make a whistle while you work happy environment.
Yep.
Because again, culture is a big important factor in that customer experience.
Yep, and it starts at the top.
Absolutely.
It starts at the top. So take out for a business owner in this instance is, yes, not learning to whistle. I'm not going to be silly again with my dad jokes, but it's all about making sure that you recognize your role as a business owner is to, I guess, empower, your staff. In Disney's instance, they call them cast members, with a positive attitude towards their work. And I know that if it's a round peg trying to get into a square pole, maybe you have to shake the hands of that person. But generally speaking, if you've got good people working for you, but they just need a bit of a lift, then you start whistling while you work. That's what it's all about.
That's right. Create that environment where they want to do it, not feel like they have to do it.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.